Hey babes, welcome to Aligned by Design. I am Amy Elizabeth, and together with Liz Coyles, we are Aligned by Design. We are bringing you human design in a way you've never experienced it before. We take you through the unsexy process of alignment so that you can tap into another level of sexy you didn't even know existed yet, all by becoming the most authentic you. We desire each of you to own your power so that you can fully experience the flow, the ease, the integrity, and the undeniable magnetism and sexiness that alignment brings, so that you can create the impact your soul really desires and the income that's abundantly available to you. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back to Aligned by Design. It is Amy Elizabeth. Welcome to our week. We are continuing the series of extra info about each energy type, and we're going to talk about generators today. Liz is a generator. She's a 4-1 sacral generator, and the sacral generator is just such a beautiful being. I mean, so it's emotional authority. So we're going to go into understanding what this means a little bit deeper, a quick overview. And just to recap, a lot of you have been re-listening to the very beginning episodes. I would recommend going back there if you're a generator to get the HD 101, and this is the extended version. So just kind of the extras if you've been embodying, practicing, going through. It's just these little pieces that give you deeper understanding in your embodiment practice. Okay, you guys, Projector Mastermind has been half sold out. We have 3 more spaces left. All 3 sold out at the pre-sale price, and the price is gone up. You do get exclusive one-to-one time with me as well during this mastermind. And for the projectors out there that are seeking simplicity, that are seeking power, that are seeking understanding and elevating their luxury vibes, owning it, being seen, and allowing it to be easy, this is for you. This is a high-level mastermind, and it is over the course of 5 weeks. So DM me for some details. It's pretty simple because less is more, projector style. All right, you guys, we are in Pure, and oh my gosh, this has been the craziest month of September. We had our highest month ever. Yes, it just keeps going and getting better and better. I had several clients celebrating their highest months ever. A client that has surpassed $1 million this year. Another client that are about to be celebrating $1 million milestone. My other clients that are literally doing the work, doing the unsexy work, doing the activation, doing the embodiment. Like, I am just witnessing transformation after transformation after transformation, the impact. I said in stories the other day, like, this is what I was really desiring. I could not have imagined that this would be real, and really in 2.5 years, like, the impact is huge, and this is what I've always desired, is having that impact. And now I'm living it and watching them get these incredible results even faster than I did, and then also seeing their clients get incredible results. Like, the ripple effect is real, and it's all based from human design. Each and every one of my clients are doing their work in alignment with them, which is very different than me. Pure is insane. The messages we continue to get from the people in Pure, just like, this is the most incredible course we've ever taken. Breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. It is wild. It is so good, and the frequency is another level. You can still join if you'd like to. And if you're interested in private coaching with me, I do have a space for private coaching opening up. I also have Voxer support, and then the Projector Mastermind. Liz does have HD evolution spaces that have been opening up throughout this month as well. So DM her if you are looking to really go into the embodiment of your human design. It's beyond your reading. Now it's like the 4 calls to really deepen your understanding and practice. Those clients that she is working with too are also getting incredible results. Like, it is next level, and one-to-one coaching for her if you are interested. All right, generators, let's get it. All right, so if you're a generator, what this means for you is you have a sacral, and your sacral is activated. You may also be an emotional authority. You do have your sacral activated, okay? So no matter what, emotional authority or not, your sacral is defined as a generator. So generators, you are here to be working from that sacral. So what that means is that sacral has a lot of energy to do, and go. Now, the difference between you guys and manifesting generators is that you guys really like to get very good at what you do. Okay, you don't like to jump around as much. So a lot of you actually resonate with being a projector because you may like slower pace. You may like more alone time. You may like focusing on things. And that's because as a generator, you're meant to really master the things that you do. So your quote unquote undivided attention or more focus or more focused energy towards what you're doing is really important for the mastery. Now, in your mastery, you may also feel like, well, I do a lot of different things actually. So there's a difference between mastery in your practice. So for example, mastery in a skill set that you do. So maybe you start as, as a child and you have this really big interest. You're super lit up by cooking and you begin by just cooking your lunch and then you begin cooking your family and then you take cooking classes as you get older. And then from there, it goes into, being a waitress, right? Being around other people that are cooking. And then actually going to school to become a chef and cooking. And then now it branches off, right? So then maybe all of a sudden you're cooking really specific meals and then you go into some other artistry around cooking. And then you become head chef. And then from there, you decide to open up your restaurant, right? So you continue to go in different levels of mastery. And then at the same time, you may have this invisible string that you have one skill set that comes in many different forms. So for example, if you're meant to master being an entrepreneur, maybe you have very different sectors of entrepreneurship throughout your life. But if you look back, you notice this one element of your skill set that was amplified or really shining in each of those different entrepreneurial adventures. Okay, so just something to be very aware of, because sometimes generators are like, I don't know what I really like to do. But if you look back, you're like, oh wait, I really am good at that. And I've just kind of haven't been noticing what the thing is that really activates me. So obviously you need your sacral to be a hell yes inside of everything that you're doing. So we want a full body yes. We want it to feel really good for you guys. That yes may also feel very different than the Mani-Gen. It may not be as intense, as big, but at the same time, you will know when it feels really, really right. Okay. So it may not be as loud, but in your body, you're like, oh, I know this is a yes. It's really important to be trusting those yeses because they're going to lead you to exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And if it's not a full yes, 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 then it needs to be a no right now. You need to pause it. You can't force yourself to do things that are a half yes because you'll just end up in frustration. Frustration is your not alignment theme, your misalignment theme. You're not aligned. And every time you're frustrated, you're going to be noticing that you are out of alignment. And that could be because you said yes to something that wasn't really a full yes, but you're like, okay, it's fine, right? Fine. Everything's fine. We don't play in fine. We play in limitless possibilities and all of the hell yeses. So you need to make sure that you're only following the yeses. It also could be a sure no. You want to also, if it's a no, it's a no. So make sure that you are fully following the yeses and the nos in your ability to respond. Now, what it means to respond, which is your strategy, is making sure that things are coming at you and you're responding to them. So you don't need to go seek things. Things come to you. They show up for you. And you're constantly responding and instantaneously responding. Now, if you're an emotional authority, you're going to have to go through the motion of riding your waves out, right, and not responding right away. However, you get to still feel the response of what you're responding to in that moment and then sit with it, go through your emotional authority waves. Allow the waves to move and move and move and move. And then you're going to respond again. Do I still want to do that thing? Do I still like that thing? Am I still lit up by that thing? Am I excited to go to the movies tonight? Yes or no? So allow yourself that space to respond before actually responding with the answer that you're giving someone else, because it could very well change from a yes to a no. And we don't want to commit to anything before we know it's a hell yes, right? Okay. And by following your emotional authority, you're in waves all the time anyway, so you need to come to that moment of clarity in order to get the correct answer for you. So what else for you guys? You need to be following your bliss. You really need to. Now, what can happen is you guys can get very overworked, which is why a lot of you resonate with being a projector. Now, since you have the ability to go, what has happened in your conditioning is you have been very tempted to just do just for the sake of doing it, and you actually a lot of you don't even know what it feels like to be lit up because you've been in such of the mundane, it's fine motion your entire life. So it's important for you guys to practice like feeling lit up and what that looks like and what that feels like, and then letting yourself express it. So you could be feeling like a projector because you're exhausted all of the time. I would highly recommend surveying what is not a hell yes and what you're doing, how much you're working of that thing or doing that thing that you're not fully lit up by, and your answer will become crystal clear as to why you feel exhausted and burnt out. You guys can also be very prone to obsession and not fully living. So it's important for you guys to pull yourself away from work, even though you may want to go. Even if it is aligned to be like lit up, you have to live. You have to let yourself seek joy. The more joy you have in your world and your life, the more energy you bring towards what you're doing, the more magnetism you naturally will have. So you have to kind of pull yourself away in order to cultivate that magnetism to shine out to other people. When you get in the mode of obsession, people are like, ugh, they're kind of taken back even though you're lit up by the thing. So you need to pull yourself away, allow yourself to live life, seek the joy, allow pleasure to come into your world and you to respond to pleasure, and go for it and live and be and take breaks, do stuff for yourself. Otherwise, you will feel exhausted and burnt out. And then all of a sudden you'll look around and be like, wait a minute, what have I done with my month? What have I done? Oh, wait, worked. Or, oh, wait, this art project that, yes, it's amazing, but like I literally turned down all of my friends that wanted to go out and all of the dinners and all of the things. And like, I want this and I also want those other things. So let yourself have the other things, pull yourself away from a very conscious place, and then go do the things because you will be very happy and it will bring a lot of magnetism and life into your world that you need in order for you to generate more energy outwardly to everybody else. Now, your alignment theme is satisfaction. So satisfaction is like, I always describe this for you guys as like the end of the day and you're like, you like put your feet up and you just have this smile on your face. Like you are profoundly satisfied with what you have done throughout your day. I mean, it doesn't have to be day. It could be afternoon to evening, whatever it is, but you are satisfied. You feel full. You know, when you eat something and you feel like you're like, that was so good and you're the right amount of full. That's the feeling. And you're like, oh, I'm not overly stuffed. If you're overly full, that is like the extended generator who's pushing the boundaries on your energy and your abilities and life. And then the one that hasn't eaten enough is like, you're like so regretting that you didn't say yes to the seconds. You're so regretting that you didn't take the thing or didn't order what you really wanted to order. So that right in the sweet spot, the middle where you're like, I am so satisfied. That was so good. Perfect. That's how you want to feel at the end of the day. If you're not feeling like that, or, even when you wake up, you feel refreshed and you feel excited for what your day holds, you need to make sure that you're checking in and reevaluating all of the things that I previously talked about. Now, for generators, you guys can move so fast. Oh my gosh, you guys can move so fast. I'm working with a couple clients right now that are generators, and like the speed that they go, yet the amount of times they hold themselves back from moving with that momentum and that speed is blowing my mind. Like, why? It's like you guys have this fear of just like going for it and busting through and unleashing your ability. Yet that is your natural state of like, oh, idea, go, boom. Like life is moving so fast, I'm so happy, like boom. Or, work is going so well, but like I can't participate in life as much. No, you can do it all and you can have that momentum and it gets to feel speedy and fun and enjoyable. And then you also get to tap out and be like, I need to recoup. I need a day. I need a night to myself, and honor that. I think you guys have a fear of falling into that burnout, whether it is on living side, like life, joy, pleasure, or you have the fear of burnout on the overworking side, depending on your conditioning and past experiences and what you're protecting yourself from. So be really aware that like it's okay to go fast. You just need to put on the brakes, or stop at the stop signs every once in a while and be like, okay, I need to cool it and I'm feeling myself. So I need to like go into the state of recovery right now. And the more that you can go into those states of recovery, and it's going to look different for every single person, the quicker you come back with that momentum buzzing again and going and going and going. Now, I've talked a lot about the lulls that generators have, and the lulls basically mean that in your ability to become the next level expertise in your mastery, you go through these moments of skill set, which feels like a drop in your energy, in your magnetism, and a lot of you are searching for how and why and how and why and how and why. But the answer really is you're meant to be learning and picking something up right now, right? So when we think about even learning to draw, before we are able to fully sketch the picture, we're learning the skills of how to sketch, how to draw, how to create, and you practice and practice and practice. And that's kind of what's going on in what the feels like and described as a lull, where like things are just not working as easily as they have before. And it's like, why? The more you can get out of the why, and the more that you can seek the answers of what you're being shown, or practice the skill, or recoup your energy, whatever it is, you're going to come up 5 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead of where you were before the lull. So it's kind of like you step up, and then there's a drop for a minute, and then you go up to an even bigger step. It's like there's a step missing, and before you can actually jump to the step ahead of it, you kind of take a dip for a second, but you get back up and you're even higher than you would have been if you stepped on the next step. So it's a really important thing for you guys to know, because we can't shame it. And the more that you get stuck in the how and the why, the harder it is for you to get out of the lull, because you're stuck there, right? All of a sudden you're like, and you stay there. And then it just creates frustration, the not misalignment theme, frustration. And that's not where any magic is gonna happen. So it is your willingness to lean back into surrender and trust the process, and open your eyes, open your consciousness to like what is really being shown to you, what you really need to see, understand, embody. Sometimes it's the integration and embodiment of the skill set that you're learning, or the new thing, or whatever's meant to come into your world, and you're just needing to prepare your energy for that next burst of momentum. We need to stop the shame game around it, because it's just not worth it, and it doesn't get you anywhere, and it's just creating the resistance in your life. Okay, so generators, if you're a generator, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you did, please tag us at Align by Design HD podcast, Align by Design HD, and let us know that you're a generator and this landed, and what part landed, what you needed a reminder on, or what you needed to pick up from today. Sending you so much love. Have the most beautiful week, and we'll be back next week. Align by Design.